I thought you knew. You just been said he came from glory.
I thought you knew.
The only holy story.
I thought you knew.
That he died on a rugged
I
cross.
thought you knew.
It's time to tell the Lord.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of I Thought You Knew with JB Martin. I'll be your host. Today I want to talk about the relationship between parents and children. One of the real problems that interfere with communication with children is the fact that most of us as grown-ups have never told our own children about our past. You see, we won't tell them about how we pushed the car out of the driveway and pushed it down the street, only to crank it up, drive away, and go to a club at 15 or 16 years old. Some of us used to sneak out of the window and go down to private parties while our parents were asleep. Oh, you know it's true. Some of us were so mischievous in high school. Maybe it failed some classes, maybe got suspended. I mean, whatever the issue was, we've never told our children about who we were. And so they have this idea that we don't do anything wrong, especially if we're Christians and we're holding up the bloodstained banner. So when we begin to chastise and explain what our expectations are of our children, in many instances, it creates animosity. Why? Because they see us as hypocrites, because those same children also see us lie to people on the phone, have horrible conversations with friends on the phone with bad language. One of the things as a minister that I remember when I became a minister is that my family told me, Dad, you can't cuss anymore. We all know that not to be true. But there is an expectation from our children towards us. And then the other issue is that many of us have been through so many things and our children are so much like us. When we see them acting in ways that we know will be a detriment to their future, we tend to attack that because we know that's exactly how we are. You know, attitude issues, maybe yelling and screaming, maybe it may be the way they raise their tone, and you really want to put a check on that. But because it's us saying it, I know you're feeling it, because it's coming from us, they really don't want to hear it. And so I brought this up because I believe that many of us, especially baby boomers and those who are in the 35 to 45-year-old range, we have these same issues about our children. Of course, in the church, many of us don't talk about it, but we pretty much have the same issue going on with raising our children. I remember having a conversation before in a Bible study about how hard it is to be a church member, a deacon, or a minister, or someone in the church and raise good kids. Now, they may get great information from us on how to live, but because they see us fall and because they see us sin, it makes it very difficult for them to listen to us. I hope this conversation gets through to you and we can begin to have some dialogue about how to correct the problem. Because honestly, I don't have a direct answer for all these issues because I'm going through it myself. And because it's so difficult. Children are so hard to navigate with nowadays because they are surrounded by peers that come from totally different backgrounds. And this flood of information comes into your child. And so it makes it really difficult to work out. We know these issues exist, but how do we begin to correct that problem at home? I think one of the most primary ways to begin to affect these problems is through prayer and our personal relationship with Jesus. Surely God knows exactly what we're going through. The child in the Bible who chooses to take all of the things that his father has as an inheritance for him right then and go spend it. You know what I'm talking about. The prodigal son. That story was designed for us to realize that we really need God for guidance and that we really need our Father. And so it's important for us to take from that story that sometimes we just have to be the man. Stand, be patient, and wait on our children to learn the proper lessons. Sometimes it's really important to just give a child an opportunity to learn from their mistakes. That's a hard task sometimes, especially when we have so much care for our own children. I hope this information is helpful. And again, I thought you knew. how important your relationship is to God. I thought you knew that your children and you are vital parts to your individual communities. I thought you knew that through prayer and a relationship with God, you can accomplish anything. Again, I'm JB Martin, your host here at I Thought You Knew, and I hope and pray you have a blessed day.
That he died on a rugged cross. It's time to tell the Lord. I know you've seen the passion of Christ. It wasn't just a movie, it happened in real life. He wanted you to know so you would have the chance. Repent and be baptized.